It's the end of July and the garden is a little tired and way overgrown. Heather did a video the other day showing all her bones, so I thought I'd show mine and what I'm contending with. I don't have too much to complain about. We've actually had some really nice weather the past few days. Temperatures have dropped. We finally got some good rain. And it looks to be kind of stable for a few weeks without like massive storms, massive heat, just kind of normal weather. But of course that can change on a dime. So I'm out here. I have this Tithonia that I forgot was there because it was so enveloped by all the other stuff. So I was weeding that out a little. Still waiting for the figs to start ripening. The volunteer sunflowers keep doing their thing, which the little goldfinches love that. The goldfinches love all of these things, actually. The Dara, well, funnily enough, the Dara is still blossoming, although a lot of it is just very tired. And the multi-flowered little tiny sunflowers keep going. The mountain mint is still blooming. The bronze fennel is blooming now. So there's still lots of stuff for the pollinators out here, even if it looks pretty bedraggled. From the street it doesn't look too bad. Got some sunflowers over there. This guy, the Roselle, is still growing. Other years it has just been so much more robust, and by this time was already all bushy and stuff, but it is what it is. Let's go in here. I've got a whole bunch of red jalapenos I need to pick and learn how to make hot sauce. I've picked a lot of the early girls. They were all splitting because of the rain. So I stick those in the freezer, and then when I take them out, they're really easy to peel and obviously use for cooking. The melons got little melons on them. I don't know how big these guys will get. The plants, I'm feeding them, but they're looking a little like they're not as robust as they should be, but we'll see what happens. I'm not sure. I think this is the biggest one, and I don't know how big these guys will get. This is my second sowing of red curry and kabocha. We'll see if they do anything. Still getting all the little ground cherries. These guys have just been like crazy prolific. They're just tiny little things. Still contending with flea beetles. I put diatomaceous earth, but I don't even know what good it's doing at this point. But these guys are trying to bloom. If I could get a couple of little eggplant from these guys just to see what they look like, that would be fun, because they're supposed to be the Turkish orange eggplant. I got some okra that are doing okay. The newer leaves are looking better. They look like they're about ready to start blooming. Got a couple more over here. This is all, I believe, Japanese beetle damage. So I've got a couple little butternut on here, but I don't know. It's kind of sad. I've picked lots of eggplant, even though the plants don't look that great, obviously, because of flea beetles. That is the most massive of the giant sunflowers that I planted. I think they're called Mammoth. That's the biggest head I've gotten. That was when I intentionally planted these for volunteers. Still getting a few squash on the Korean squash here. My Lesia pepper. I've got a Lesia pepper that's just, oh, are you ready to pick? Can go a little bit longer. So I've got a few little Lesia peppers and some paprika peppers. A few, here's these ones in here. I don't know, they get a little bit too much shade here right now, so I don't know how these volunteers are gonna do. And then we'll see how these green beans do. Everything in here is looking kind of leggy and thin, and I do think it's just because, you know, we're surrounded now by a lot of greenery that we weren't at the beginning of the season. Here's a Tithonia that's starting to bloom. Got one, two. The Tromboncino just keep doing their thing. They don't have a huge amount of fruit on them, but they are having squash. These tomatoes, I don't know. This Better Boy is actually growing now, which is kind of funny. These extra eggplant I put in are also just kind of marginal because of the flea beetles. Getting lots more cucumbers right now, which I find really interesting. I have about 3 or 4 of them that I picked that are on the porch. This little volunteer coyote. Tomato is doing okay. These guys, I've been cutting them back because they were flopping over. I think I'm gonna plant the peach tree right there. Yeah, everything's just kind of eking along. It's not terrible, it's not terrific. I have no idea how to tell when that pomegranate's ready. I'm picking a few raspberries here and there. They're not as good as they were in the spring. I think the weather has just been too hard on them. And I still don't have the beds set up correctly in here for them. I wonder where Mr. Snake went. He was in here. What else is there to show? Let's see. The moonflower has been blooming, but it blooms at night, so I only see it like in the morning when it's already kind of closing up. But that's okay. Maybe on full moon I'll be out there late enough to see it. Let's see what's going on over here. These anemones are blooming and they're pretty. I want to move that clove-scented blackcurrant this winter and get more of these to fill in over there. The spice bush is doing okay in there. My other spice bush over there is okay too. Got a few muscadines on here. I don't know when they're going to be ripe. Only a few. And waiting on these figs as well. No blossoms on the St. John's wort this year. And I guess these are more of the coyote. I didn't know that they were the coyote variety. I'm just letting them do their thing, grow into the fig tree. This I think is a black cherry. And this is kind of a very wild, untamed area that I desperately need to get at. Pretty fungus. Let's see, let's go over here. These ferns have really taken a beating this year because even though they don't get sun all day, when they have been getting sun, it's been in the middle of the day and it's been like way too harsh for them. So I need to think about what I can do for those as well. Let's go over here. Oh, there's my papaya. I don't know what I'm going to do with that. Put it in a pot, I guess. It looks like my skull cap is taken, so that's good. Echinacea is about done. Oh, and look at what these deer, little fucker, he ate all the leaves on my baby persimmon. It still has, I think, a few leaves down at the bottom, although some of those leaves are pokeweed. Hope it will survive. It's really a bummer. But here's the moonflower. We've got it all the way over here. It keeps wanting to go back that way, and I have to pull it down to the framing. But yeah, not seeing any blossom buds. I'm not sure we'll have any on the full moon. But anyway, my little ginger plant is doing okay in there. And I think that's about it, you know. End of July, everything's tired, even though we've had a little bit of a reprieve. But my harvests haven't been terrible. They've actually been more than I can use. Probably make a little bit more brined pickles, I guess. All right, guys, have a good Sunday.